Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the CashPT Lunch Hour podcast. This is your host, LeBauer, and today my special guest is Trevor Bachmeyer. You may know him on Instagram as Smashworks. He's an incredible person. He's become a close friend, and he's also a member of my mastermind group, the Empire Mastermind, where I was last week out in California. And I've had a hard time matching our schedules up, and at the mastermind, we had an opportunity to sit down together. And so what's unusual about this is I just started recording the episode and we had a great conversation before, like really the episode started, that I want you to hear that now. So I want to introduce him in this episode. So what you're going to hear is you're going to jump right into this conversation we had, a little bit about marketing and branding and some other strategies. And then we get deep into who Trevor is. He's a cancer survivor. He's a amazing person. He empowers other people and he always shows up. And he's agreed to come speak at PT BizCon coming up in March, the 19th through 21st. And so if you've thought about coming to PT BizCon, make sure you get your ticket now before the price goes up. And if you listen to this episode and you get inspired at all by Trevor, you're going to want to come see him. So check it out, ptbizcon.com, and enjoy this episode because there's a ton of great stuff here. I hope you enjoy the show.
Do you have a media guy that does all this stuff for you? Or do you do it?
Yeah, I have a... Luis Diaz, he produces my podcast.
Okay.
I found him through Vince. He does Vince's podcast,
Oh, yeah,
Weatherford's
nice.
podcast, and I think either Sharon or someone else is like big time.
Do you use you ever use Fiverr for anything to find people?
Yeah, I used to,
Fiverr's
and
fucking
I
gold,
stopped until I started bringing things a little
Dedicated,
closer
yeah.
in-house, dedicated VAs, and then Brenna does a lot of stuff in-house.
I found my tech guy who does all my web stuff. I found him on Fiverr, and now he's on staff. This guy's money.
Yeah.
Money. Do you have a YouTube channel?
I do.
Who does your YouTube videos?
Brenna. Oh, and Potch, my
So,
VA in
literally, if you give him raw footage or her raw footage, they'll take it, pretty it up, do what they need to do?
Yes.
Can I use them too?
I can get you in touch with Potch.
Yeah. Would you be all right with that?
Yeah.
Because I have people all the time that, like, I had this guy Brock and another guy Tyler, but they took fucking forever. Mm-hmm. And I had to be on them all the time.
Yeah.
And that's just, I don't have to keep turning the screws. Mm-hmm. I need someone that's a self-starter that I can just go, listen, here's 39 videos, do your thing.
Right.
What's your PayPal account?
Yeah.
Done, right? It's just easier. But the other part is that I was getting really, sketchy and dodgy people who would promise the world, which I think, listen, I think you're a lying motherfucker if you promise very little and over-deliver, because if you under-promise and over-deliver, you're lying right out of the gate.
Yeah.
So if you over-promise, I'm all for it. Just step up your game then and over-the-fuck-deliver. Yeah. These guys would under all the time, and then, so I want someone that, I trust you, completely. So if you go, listen, Trev, this is the guy, this is the girl, I'm in.
The number one thing is if you can bring them in-house, it provides so much more control. So when I brought Brenna in and she gets stuff done yesterday, sometimes it's done so fast, I'm like, wait, but it's done.
Good.
And it's awesome. That's going to be the best thing.
Okay.
But and then the next one was, we found this guy, Potch, who does my video editing on Philippines, onlinejobs.ph.
Yep.
So he's a Filipino, but but I contract directly with him, but I pay to be through the website. We pay a service fee. And he doesn't only work for me, but we're like, hey, I'll pay you an extra $1 an hour just to make sure that you're dedicated to getting our stuff done.
That's what I did at first with Paul, my web guy. I said, listen, what's it going to take to have you, where I send you a text and you go, I'm on it right now.
Yeah.
What's that going to cost me?
Yeah.
And he goes, all right. So he was actually really pro about it. He laid out a quote, sent me all this stuff, and he goes, do this, this, and this. Let's make it happen. And then I automatically pay him every week.
Yeah.
And he sends me a weekly report on all the things he's done and then everything he's going to do the next week. I'm like, dude, you're real pro. I like that. And he is on the money.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So that's what I want. So he's a good web guy.
Yeah.
But I need a good video editing guy because having it sent out to random people.
This guy
I'm getting random shit.
Yeah, you still have to direct him a little bit. Like, this is what I want, but he'll get it done.
Yeah, as long as he can click, set up links and tags and, make it pretty. And I do the write-up. I mean, the content's raw. It's easy. Yeah. And he can pull out stupid shit where all you see is my foot.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with that.
We've done some stuff where we just set up little systems like zaps and stuff, and it's like he just knows when it's there.
Yeah, good. And I'm going to use, the hell was it called that Los was talking about for your tasks?
Oh, Process Street or something?
No,
similar?
it was something else. I just talked to him the other day. And just said that.
What do you think about it? Let me introduce the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Right. By the way, welcome to the CashPT Lunch Hour podcast. This is my buddy, Trevor Bachmeyer.
What's up?
You might know him as Smashworks. But we're sitting here at Fit Body Bootcamp HQ, and we're in the Empire Mastermind together. And Trevor is a chiropractor and a fitness enthusiast. He's got a great story.
Yeah. And
we connected and hit it off right away. And this is great because I've been trying to get you on the podcast.
Right.
But you're busy and I'm busy, and it's just like, okay. And then we were here and I was like, dude, let's sit down and do this. So this is the CashPT Lunch Hour podcast with Trevor.
That's it. Thursday morning. That's what we're gonna do.
And we're gonna talk a little bit more some details, but I want to get into your story and some of the things you're doing, and we'll go from there.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot to talk about. We could do this all fucking day. So, I hope this isn't going to be PG, by the way.
No,
you
will like not be the worst.
So, okay,
on my podcast.
All right, good,
sure.
Good, because I just keep it real.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I went, chiropractor. I own a couple of online companies, FitX 365, Smashworks. You know, I have a company in China called Body Hacks. There's 140 people that work for me.
Yeah.
You know, over there. And all of this kind of came to fruition from my dad, I guess about 6 years ago now. It's coming up on 7. He died, and I always say, you know, he died because of shoulder pain.
Right.
And there's a little backstory to this that I'll get into in a minute, but he was taking 12 to 15 Tylenol a day.
Wow.
Because, like, my dad was my hero. He was my hero for as long as I can remember. He was just the greatest guy. And always got things done. Very linear, German, stubborn, you know. And so when a doctor said, well, when your shoulders hurt, just take Tylenol. I mean, he was an athlete his whole life, played squash, soccer, you know, and then was a teacher forever. But when a doctor said, do this, whatever ABC was, my dad would go, okay. Well, his son, the doctor, said, don't do that. That's going to fucking kill you. And he's like, nope, this is, and I won't say the doctor's name because it'll just irritate me, said, do this. And besides, I'll give him free publicity. I don't want to do that either.
Right.
And he's like, no, this is what the doctor said. Well, I still remember I got a phone call from my dad saying he was going to the hospital. Well, he went in, and 4 months later, he didn't come out.
Yeah.
And I was
He stayed in the hospital?
Yeah, he died. He went into the hospital, and he died 4 months later in the hospital. And he went into end-stage liver disease, and then it just literally, like, nosedived into the ground. My mom was a mess, and my mom's a really strong woman, and it was a mess. And I remember being at Firestone. My fucking car was up on the rack, and it was like 100 degrees outside, and I was outside, and I was texting one of my buddies, and I saw a phone call come through, and it was my mom, so I was like, oh. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I'll just take it later, but I was like, oh, it's my mom. Hey, Mom. And she's real quiet, and I was like, hello? Hello? And she says, Trevor? She goes, I just want you to know. She goes, Dad just died. And I was literally like, fuck.
Yeah.
And I talked to her briefly. I lost my shit. I was really upset. And I looked at my car, and they had literally pulled all 4 rims off, and the tires were off, and I'm like, I'm trapped here.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So I'm outside Firestone, crying, upset. My car's stuck up on the rack, and I'm trying to process all of this. And it took me a while, once all this transpired, to kind of go through everything. And I said, you know, this is dumb. So one day, I said, I looked on YouTube at what people were doing for, like, pain, shoulders, knees, all this stuff. And I'm like, nobody's doing it fucking right. They're making all these videos in an effort to be something they're not, in an effort to sound really smart, and they try and sound too fancy, and they don't explain why it works, and they don't understand the mechanics of the body or even how fucking things work.
Yeah.
So I said, this is dumb. I grabbed my cell phone, and I was at a CrossFit gym. And I was so bad that I had my cell phone turned the wrong way, and I had these 2 black stripes down the video. I was like this big in the video, till one of my friends came up to me and said, hey, dude, just turn the fucking camera a little bit. Yeah. And now if you look at people, they're watching videos the other way. I was like, Jesus Christ, I can't fucking keep up. So I remember taking the video and posting a shoulder video, and I went on this thing called Instagram. I didn't even know what it was. And I posted it, and it went crazy. Yeah. And I went, holy shit, well, I'll just try and post another one. So I started posting all these videos, and then one of my friends, Kieran, he owns Combat Sports Academy, and it's where I trained in Dublin. And he's like, hey, are you on social media? I'm like, yeah, I'm on social media. I'm on YouTube. And I just started Instagram, and he goes, dude, give me your phone. So I handed him my phone. He sets me all up on, like, Twitter and Facebook and all that. Sets up my Instagram properly. Yeah. And I just started posting. And next thing you know, I get this message from somebody saying, hey, dude, why don't you turn this into a business? Mm-hmm. I went, never thought of that.
Was this like after a few years, though?
This was about a year after I started, and I went from like 0 to, there's like 40,000 people following what I did. And I went, all right, so I started this website, and people just started signing up like crazy. Mm-hmm. And then I started posting my workouts.
Were you still practicing in chiropractic?
Oh, yeah. Like I had a clinic, 2 docs working for me. That didn't change. And then I get this message going, make it into a business. I did. And then I set up a workout, a training business where I teach people basically how to, a total transformation.
Yeah.
A 6-week transformation, 90-day transformation. And I help people with their diets, their training. I have that FitX 365. They just buy, and I drop workouts every day into their email. And if they want to do it, great. If not, well, then you miss a workout.
So tell me this, like going back to your dad, like the question that comes up for me is like, did he ever buy into what you were doing? Because I started as a massage therapist, and that wasn't, my dad was a cardiologist. Like that's not healthcare.
That's so,
and then, so massage therapy wasn't good enough. Even physical therapy, it took me a long time to get him to buy it because it wasn't, even though I was a doctor, I wasn't a real doctor. Like I wasn't measuring up, but I wasn't going to go and do what he did.
Right.
But my dad has finally kind of bought into what I do.
Sure.
But was that something that was like with chiropractic is also not like mainstream? Is that some?
Yeah, it's not. It's not considered primary health care yet. It's the same conduit into the primary healthcare system. So I get it. PTs, DCs, even naturopaths, DOs. Yeah. Like a fucking dentist.
Right.
Dude, they know their shit. Like a PhD in astrophysics is a fucking doctor.
Right.
In astrophysics. I think that term is so linear. It's so narrow that people associate doctor with a lab coat and a stethoscope. Mm-hmm. So yeah, my dad was very old school. He was like a doctor's an MD. They prescribe drugs, they do surgery, and you go to an office, and it's really uncomfortable and awkward.
And you're not.
I am not the mainstream type of doctor, and I get that. Except the one thing my dad did is he would trust me and buy into it. That wasn't it. He was more, this is my primary doctor, you're my son. Uh-huh. That was the delineation there. He was more about like, you're not a doctor, you're my son.
Right.
And I can understand that because like I have a 10-year-old and a 13-year-old, and my son is 10, my daughter's 13. And I get it because my son is this little jiu-jitsu ninja. He's been doing it for 5.5 years. He's fucking amazing at it. My daughter rides horses. Yeah. Yet to me, and I'll backpedal for a second, I asked my mom one time, hey, when did I stop being like your little boy?
Yeah.
You know what's funny is she said to me, I'll never forget it. I was driving home from my clinic, and she goes, you still are. Uh-huh. And I'm like, fuck, I'm in my 40s.
Yeah.
But now as I have children, I get it. I look at my kids, and I go, my son is still my son.
Right.
My daughter is still the cute little 6-week-old that I have a picture of in my clinic. So I think that's more what happened with my dad. Was he was like, no, you're my son.
Yeah.
It's not that you're not a doctor, and I think that's where it stopped for him, though. It didn't be like it wasn't like this is what you know, this is what you know, and he was very stubborn.
Yeah, and it's I can see like part of you're very motivated.
Yeah,
and I know there's other pieces to the puzzle, but I can see
so
where it's like
many.
Looking back, I've seen it hasn't happened in like a family member, but there was a physician in town who told me one day, like I called him about a mutual patient. He's like, Aaron, I've heard so many good things about you. You guys are doing great work. He was like a rheumatologist.
Yeah.
Right? Well, next thing I know, 6 months later, obituary, he died during back surgery.
Oh, what's the fucking irony in that?
Right? Never came to see me.
Right.
Never tried it. But yes, and it's just like, I can see how intense that might be to say, look, I know I probably could have helped.
Sure.
And yet I wasn't able to. And now it seems like you're just able to really channel that into... That must be really difficult.
I push hard. It's not because... I think because I honestly... You get hate, you get love. Either one.
Yeah.
I don't fucking care about. I don't. It sounds really, really abrasive, but it's not meant to be. Yeah. Like, I care about the opinion I have of myself and what I do more than anyone else's combined.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's my mom or my dad or my best friends or my fucking dog. I don't care. I care that I look in the mirror and I feel good about what I do and that I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Right. Whatever that is, and I love me. And that's, I think, the biggest problem is people are, not to deviate a little bit, but people are making choices in their lives based on someone else's opinion, and they're driving towards something because they go, someone else said I should do this. They said, like I've seen relationships completely falter and deteriorate, and people break up and live separate lives when they should have fucking stayed together.
Yeah.
Because their friends said, oh, well, he did that or she did that. Yeah, you can do better. You deserve better. You should go out and do better. So they go out and they find someone else, and the other person finds someone else. Both of them spend the next 50 years thinking, what if?
Right.
Their biggest what if was each other. And they spend 50 years thinking about what if we would have stayed together and just gone, hey, yesterday is fucking gone. I can't undo it. You can't unring that bell. You spend any time dwelling on the past, you're fucked in the future. They spend all their time thinking about that other person while living with someone else, trying to make a life.
Yeah.
Yet they're thinking about that other person. You are settling. You're fucking settling. And yet you get one of these shots. So next thing you know, you're 75 or 80 years old, and you realize the clock is ticking. And you're like, fuck, I should have called that girl. I should have called that guy. I should have done that career. I should have done this health. Whatever it is. But you didn't do it because somebody else who quit on their own life is trying to sell you on the fact that they quit, so you quit.
Right.
Because most people are really, really afraid of being left behind. Like your tight circle of friends, I'm very blunt about this. I go, that fucking tight circle of friends, I'll bet you anything in 20 years, that tight circle of friends is different.
Yeah.
If it's not different, number one, you're fucking up. And number two is that if that tight circle of friends is still where they are, what are you doing, man?
Right.
Play up. Always play up. And if they are doing anything that, whether it's your mom or your best friends, it doesn't matter, your sister, if they're doing anything to dissuade you from where your heart tells you to go, listen, when we heard Wes yesterday, he said something that has stuck in my head, resonated so much, when he said, you know what, it's basically, listen to your fucking heart. Don't let your mind lie to yourself when your heart knows the fucking truth. Mm-hmm. It's that simple. So I tell you, I'm probably the most forgiving person on earth. Somebody can do me so fucking dirty, and I will literally go, hey, we good? Yeah? Because you say sorry, you make amends, you move the fuck on. Right. People are too busy going, I'm going to hold on to this, I'm going to hold this grudge, I'm going to hold on to this poison, I can do better than whatever you did. And they go on and on and on about this, but they fucking live there. And they wonder why they're not happy, and they create this pseudo-happiness in their life. But meanwhile, in the back of their unconscious, their heart's telling them, I want to do something different. Whether it's a career, or a friendship, or a marriage, or it doesn't matter. Dude, if your heart knows, you cannot combat that.
Yeah.
I don't care what somebody says. It will live inside you, and it'll either fuck up your shit or give you the best life ever, but you have the choice.
Right, and that's the hard work.
This thing gets in the way. That's exactly it. That's the fucking work.
Right.
That's the work. You have to be willing to step up and go, I'm going to go where it's uncomfortable. I'm going to go against my parents when they don't like the guy. I'm going to go against my parents when they don't like the girl. I'm going to go against my parents and my family and my friends when they don't like the career choice or the move or the car I bought or whatever the fuck it is. And I'm going to go, but this is what I want. Right? And I think that's what allows me probably the audacity to even say that, yeah, I'm really good at my fucking job, because I don't look at what somebody else says I should be doing. Mm-hmm. I go, what should I be doing? Like I just finished talking to Craig yesterday about setting up coaching with all these clients, because I get probably 500 DMs a day of people going, can you coach me?
Yeah.
And it's not personal training coaching. They're like, can you coach me? Coach my fucking life.
Yeah.
I think everybody needs a coach. Why do you think I pay Bedros? Why do you pay Bedros?
Right.
I don't pay him just to tell me how to run my business. I pay him when I have shit that catches on fire. Mm-hmm. And I go, B, what the fuck do I do? Right. And he goes, no problem. And he flicks on his superpower. And in a 3-minute voice call on my text message, which is still the craziest shit that he can send a voice text, I'll get 3 minutes of an answer 5 minutes after my phone call, and it's the right fucking thing to do. And it's just, hey man, super honest about what I'm going to tell you. Love this. And he comes in always with a big hug, and he goes, but this is it. This is it. This is it. And then he goes, here's the solution.
Right.
That's the step that everybody misses. Yeah. The world is full of people. You know what?
Right.
Don't be with the guy. Don't be with the girl. Don't do the career. Don't make the move. Why?
Don't take a risk.
Don't take a fucking risk. Except the problem is risk taking is security making.
Yeah.
My answer to everything is, if your heart says go, fucking jump. And listen, I've made so many catastrophic mistakes that have cost me so dearly and so greatly in my life that I'll probably never, like, it'll never leave my head. But it's also taught me a lesson, never fucking do that again.
What's the biggest mistake you've made?
Probably in all my life, I've had probably two that just will resonate with me forever. Two mistakes. One cost me a person, and it was not telling her the truth from A to Z. I didn't tell her the truth, and we had probably the most incredible relationship ever. And it was one of those where it's just like from the second you start to the second you finish, it's on.
Yeah.
And never fought, nothing, no problems. And I look at that and I go, okay, what the fuck was I thinking to not be completely upfront and honest with that person? Yet my heart knew where it wanted to be. And the problem is I wasn't. And when it ended, it burned to the fucking ground. It went from being probably just shy of bliss and euphoria to gone.
Yeah.
And I look at myself and I go, it was because of me. And it was. So I look in the mirror every day and I go, you fucking idiot. This is what you did. But I don't beat myself down over it because I can't. You can't live there. But it cost me something that for the rest of my life, that's the what if for me, right? So at the same time, if I don't take away a lesson from that, and like Wes said, shut that window, I'm going to live in this really shitty place.
Right.
So I have to remember, just don't fucking do that again. So I don't care how blunt or linear or shitty or ugly it is. I just tell the truth.
Yeah.
I don't care how rough it is. And I have friends of mine go, dude, that was a little bit rough. It's the truth.
Right.
Because I would rather just go, you can come at me all day long. That's the truth.
You know, I read an awesome quote. I wish I could remember it exactly, but it was basically like, it said, when someone ghosts you, it means that they're unable to have the hard conversation.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Absolutely.
Right.
Dude, that's a great, great quote because that's the truth. Because it went from literally could not get enough conversation. And it wasn't the puppy, new love kind of conversation where it's like everybody's like, yeah, that's a honeymoon phase. No, it was like we both knew from the second we saw each other, we wanted to spend the rest of our lives together. It was that blindly obvious. And the mistake was, even what came out of her mouth was, my heart wants to be with you. My mind doesn't trust you. Mm-hmm. I can respect that, honestly. I really can. And I have no animosity towards this person whatsoever. But at the same time, that was a very hard lesson to learn. And I learn it every day. Like, there's always that reflex to go. Because people have a reflex to justify and rationalize why they did something. So you make up excuses. Right. And then the hamster wheel starts to go, right? And you're like, well, if I do this excuse, it makes me look better. But what are you doing? If you go to bed at night and you're not honest with yourself, you don't know if you don't gut check yourself and go, I'm a millionaire and you got $11 in the bank? Okay, I love the mindset, but you need to know where you're fucking starting.
Right.
You know, I'm not diabetic. That's just what my doctor says. Dude, you are on a Humalog pump. You're fucking diabetic. So you need to change your diet. So you have to just get real with yourself, right? And that's the real talk is the hard conversation. And then the other time was I listened to a doctor. Mm-hmm. And that's ugly. I don't mean it to disrespect to doctors because, listen, you get pneumonia, go get antibiotics. Right. You know, you got 6 inches of gash and a bone sticking out of your skin. Don't call me. Right. Right? Don't fucking get that fixed.
I think if you're broken, bleeding, or unconscious, I can't help you go to the ER.
Yeah. Otherwise, my dad would say, rub some dirt on it, right? You're good. Yeah, but I listened to a doctor, and it almost killed me. Yeah. I went through chemotherapy.
Tell me about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like 14 years ago, they gave me 9 months to live. Yeah. And they're like, you're going to die, man. And I had 7 fucking doctors.
What kind of cancer was it?
Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, stage 3B. And I mean, I walked with a cane. I was the color of the inside of that coffee cup. And they that's all they did was beat me down with, you're going to die. You're going to die. You're going to die. And I remember when I went and did chemo, I did what's called a CHOP series of chemotherapy. And there's one chemotherapeutic drug called Vincristin, and it was like red syrup. And they wanted to put a port in my heart. And I went, are you crazy? You want to put a port, direct access to my heart? And this is what they tried to sell me on. Well, it's easier. And I went, fuck, for who? And they're like, well, for you. I go, so you can't, I'm a veiny motherfucker. Like, you could throw a dart and hit a vein on me. I'm okay with that. Yeah, but it's going to make your veins turn like black and swollen. I'm like, I don't care. You're not going directly into my heart. Yeah. But I walked into that room, and there's a good side to what I'm about to say and a bad side. But the bad side was I walked into that room, and you could feel the death. Mm-hmm. It was
I did a rotation on cancer floor at Duke Hospital.
It was fucking horrible. I walked in there and there's chairs. They're kind of like this lazy boy chairs, like IV bags. People sitting there with books and DVD. You sit there for 4 hours. Yeah. Just let this shit infuse into you. And like, it reminded me, the flip side is I went to the Vatican and I walked into the Vatican and they had this prayer room inside the Vatican, and I walked in and I still, to this day, it gives me goosebumps. And I'm not a crazy religious guy by any means, but I believe. And you could feel it.
Yeah.
I just started crying. Like, you could feel it. So much intense, positive energy in there, you know? And so there's good and there's bad, and you can feel it. That's why you can't fool puppies and babies. Mm-hmm. If you're a shithead, you cannot fool them. If you're a turd, they'll know, right? And so that's why when you're a good person, people inherently know. Right. And whether you make mistakes or not, if you're a good person and your intent is valid, you're still a good person, you know? And I think all human beings, like L. Ron Hubbard talks about it, but that's if you want to delve into that. But he's like, human beings are inherently all good. You make bad decisions, but they're all good. And that's could be a battle of argument, right? That could create a huge war, but at the same time, I kind of buy into that, you know? So the doctor, I remember, I got scared. Fear causes you to make really dumb fucking decisions. It causes you to lie, it causes you to justify, and it causes you to make really bad fucking decisions.
Were you sitting there like is this after chemo and you're like sitting there and he's like, you're gonna die, we can't help you?
No, it was before chemo. I couldn't even do chemo at first because my white count was so low. And my red blood cells were so low. They gave me erythropoietin, and it made my face, my hips, and my scapula ache so bad because all my flat bones were just churning out red blood cells like crazy. And I remember that stuff made me feel like shit. And then my red count came up, my white count came up back because it was up so high, and then it just crashed because my body couldn't keep up with the cancer. And it was everywhere. Like, I was just riddled with this stuff, and I have patients still. Were
you having metastasis too, or
it was everywhere? Yeah. And like hilar lymph nodes, both sides of the diaphragm. It was wrapped around my lumbar spine. They did a biopsy in my hip, which was like brutal. That's like somebody taking a roofing nail and pounding it into your hip.
I saw it, but I passed out during bone marrow transplant. Not on me, on someone else.
Horrible.
Oh, I can't
There's
imagine.
some serious pain involved because they're like, we're going to numb it. I'm like, you can't numb the marrow of my bone, man. Pull me the fuck out. And so it's pretty brutal. But I remember when they finally said I could do chemo, my friends threw me this chemo party.
Yeah.
Because they were all excited. They're like, it's going to save you. That's how people buy into the hypnosis of social conditioning. They're like, oh, you need chemotherapy to be better. But for 30 years, they've done the same thing. They burn you, they slice you, they poison you for cancer. None of it works.
Yeah.
None of it fucking works. People go, I have an aunt or an uncle. Listen, I'm not telling you. I'm not arguing with that. I'm just saying that you need to make a conscious decision to be better. You'll get better.
Yeah. So what changed as you sitting here 14 years later?
So I remember I was going through chemo. I was like 140 pounds, 135, 140 pounds, walked with a cane like I was fucking sick. Like I looked like black and nasty, emaciated. And I remember sitting in my apartment looking out, and I said, you know what? God, if you're fucking real, you better give me a goddamn reason to be here because I will not go out like this. I'll do it myself. Mm-hmm. You know, and I'm very transparent. Like I tried to commit suicide twice, and both times I failed for a reason, and it's because I think I have a reason to be here.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I failed. At the time, I wanted all of it to stop, and it was more mental pain and emotional pain than anything else. And I started to change my thinking, and I started to obsess about only things that mattered, that would affect my life in a positive way. So I would look at, like I watched only funny movies. I still remember I had friends of mine go, hey, dude, come on over, we're watching Die Hard. I still, to this day, I remember this conversation, it's hilarious. And I go, nope, can't do it, hung the phone up. Calls me back, he goes, dude, you just hang up on me? Yeah, can't watch Die Hard, man. He goes, why not? It's Die Hard. I go, it's not a funny movie.
Right.
He goes, come on, it's Die Hard. I go, it is not a funny movie. I became very linear in how I made decisions. It is either black or white. It's zeros and ones. It's binary. That's it. And that's what changed everything for me. Is I went, I will be on this side or this side. There's no gray. And it changed everything. Because now it's either yes or no. I don't look at it and go, oh, I don't know. It makes my decisions a lot easier. So that's what changed.
So surrounding yourself with positive messages, people.
Dude, I if somebody was negative, I was done. I literally cut them the fuck out of my life. There were people that were, like, they were good people, but they were negative. I couldn't be around toxic people. And the shitty thing is, toxic people, there's only two types of people, those that lift you up and those that pull you down. and there's no in between. And you have to look at their motive for why they want to do it. Mm-hmm. And if they're trying to pull you down, I used to get really angry. I used to be like, I would just butt heads, you know, and I'd start these huge arguments with people. And then I started to ask myself, you know what? There's something going on in their life. What's wrong with their life right now? What's happening? Because there's no way somebody's going to be like that. They obviously have something really shitty. So I changed and I refocused how I looked at things, because if somebody gives you a finger on the freeway or waves a high five at you, it doesn't matter. There's a reason. And I stopped taking things personally, because it's not. Nothing's personal.
Yeah.
It's just, you get a text message with all caps. I love when people go, why are you yelling at me? Dude, it's a fucking text message. There's no emotion in that. Right, well, I put the emoji. It's still an emoji. Like, fuck, there's nothing there. You are putting that emotion into that.
Right.
But that's how we are all the time. I'm putting emotion into this as we're talking. Mm-hmm. You know, and most of the time, you know me now really well, but I mean, I'm lit as fuck all the time. This is how I run. Anyone that watches me on social media, people ask my friends, they go, oh, is he really like this all the time? And they're like, yeah, this fucking guy's crazy. He sleeps like 4 hours a night. I don't want to sleep 4 hours a night. I fucking hate it. I wish I could sleep more, but it's what keeps me going. I don't need more. I sleep more and I feel like shit. I sleep less, I feel like shit.
Yeah.
You know, but I run the same, and I've learned something that's so valuable, that you have to go all in on you and then tell the truth about you, because you cannot fuck up you. Mm-hmm. And it was a painful lesson to learn, because when every time, 100% of the time, Aaron, 100% of the time, every time that I've tried to be something or someone else, 100% of the time it's failed.
Yeah.
I've gotten in my own way. I've sabotaged myself. It's always unconscious. I've gotten either, like I've shut myself down. I burned my own bridge. The person has left. It broke off the relationship. It cost me the money. It doesn't matter what it is. It's never worked. Ever. So the takeaway from that is, do fucking you. Social media is so notorious now. Social media, Netflix, Amazon, all this stuff. They're so good at spinning the highlight reel of everything.
Right.
Well, people look at that and go, that's how I have to be. You go, that's
I gotta be this.
I want to be like that guy. I want to be like that girl. I want to have that relationship. I want it to be like Twilight.
Yeah.
You know, Edward's great. He's a fucking vampire. He's fake, man. How do you know he's even like that? In real life, he might be a dick.
Right.
You don't know. Or he might be the nicest guy on earth. You don't know. But that's TV. That's social media. You want to really see where something... Like, for every success I have, I probably have 50 fuck-ups. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with that. It's what you do when you fuck up that matters.
Right.
You know?
Why do most people have trouble with failure?
They're scared to death to be wrong. Here's what usually happens. As a child, this is the best. You look at a child, belly crawling all over the place like they're in the army, right? And they watch all of us, which look like super giants to them, walking. So they bend and they fold and they twist and they grab onto things and they pull themselves up and they smack their face on the corner of the table, and mom loses her shit and dad goes, come on, he's fine. You know, like there's all this stuff. But next thing you know, what's going on with the human population? Oh, we all fucking walk. Like, how long are you going to let the average child learn how to walk? Mm-hmm. You ever going to find a parent that goes, well, I'll give them about a week or two, and if they don't, fuck it, we're just going to keep pushing them down. No. But that's a child. Mm-hmm. A child will go, can I have a bike? Can I have a bike? Can I have a bike? Can I please have a bike? Can I have a bike? Can I ride the bike? Can I sit on the bike? Can I have the bike? They'll go until you go, fuck. What color?
Right.
I'll go get it. I'm going to go to the store right now and get you your damn bike. Right? But that's because they don't understand failure as a fear. Right. They're singular of focus. They go, I want to go there. Right. I want that candy, that bike, that toy. I want to go to that spot. Hold a baby when they want to get something, when they're 6 months old, and they will squirm and freak the fuck out until they either get it or they fall asleep because they efforted so much that they're out of juice. There's the only two options. Get in the way of an adult, and they'll be like,
yeah.
You know?
I don't know. I don't need it that bad.
So the average number of times a person tries to achieve their goals, you know what it is?
Twice.
Less than one.
Less than one.
Less than one, because they talk themselves out of it. They
Before
go.
they even tried.
They sit there like it's somebody sitting there like, oh my God, the whole time in their subconscious, like, I really want to drink that coffee. I really want to take a sip of that coffee. But if I reach for the coffee, it's going to fuck up the interview. And it's going to screw up the podcast. Maybe I just won't get the coffee. You know what? I'll have the coffee later. What was their goal? Just to drink goddamn coffee. But that becomes a habit. Like quitting is a fucking habit. Getting in your own way is a habit. You know, so most people will try something, they'll fail, and then they might try something, they might try that same thing again a little bit of a different way, but they don't tell anybody about it because they don't want everybody else to know that they failed.
Right.
They're so concerned with what? Oh, the opinions of other people. Dude, I've had so many fucking failures, and I'm okay with that. I will just keep going, and I just won't do that again.
Yeah.
See, if you fail and do that once, okay. If you fail and you do the same thing that caused that same result again and it fucked up, now it's a decision. Right. Now you need to sit down and have a long, hard talk with yourself and go, where the fuck am I screwing up and why? What's your why? Why do you keep screwing up? Why do you keep making this bad decision? Why do you keep going this direction? What's the underlying cause? What's the root factor that makes you go, I don't want to do this? Because maybe you're actually doing it because somebody else says you should do it, which now your root factor is you don't really want to do it.
Right. You don't have the desire.
You don't really want to do it. Like if you find a woman that constantly is getting dumped by dudes and breaking up with dudes and there's nothing but problems and she's always fighting with guys, and then all of a sudden she gets into a relationship with a girl and it's perfect. The whole problem was you didn't want to have a relationship with a guy.
Right.
Okay. Then so what? What are you worried about somebody judging you for? Go fucking be happy. Whatever's making you happy, if it is ethical and it's not hurting anybody, do it. That's the problem is people, wait, what are people going to think? Depends on the country you're in. People do things different in China than they do in India, than they do in Canada, than they do in the US. So it depends where you are. You shake someone's hand in one country and it's an insult.
Mm-hmm.
You give somebody the finger in another country and they have no idea what the fuck that is.
Right.
Like, what are you pointing at? You know? Dumbass Americans, we flip out the finger and people freak out and try and drive you off the freeway.
Right.
Dude, it's a finger. Inferred meaning. It's just a finger. What if I go like this? Oh no. You know, like, it's a finger.
My thing is I'll wave. I'll be like, hey. Like, they know me. Like, if they start hugging, it's like, oh, hey, Mr.
Dude,
Jones.
it's like it doesn't matter. Yeah, you're right. Like, it doesn't matter. So I think fear of failure is in failure, and failure of all aspects.
Not just business, life. Decision-making, relationships.
People don't execute because they're afraid of the result of the execution. Mm-hmm. And yet, that risk to jump, even if you've been burned, hurt, fucked over, failed, broke it, tore it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That execution and persistence, and like B says, that bounce back ability, that's going to determine whether you're going to win or lose. Mm-hmm. I have a friend of mine, 8 years. Listen to this. 8 fucking years. He spent chasing the same fucking girl. She dated other guys, went, had her life. He was relentless, never stopped. Weird, they're married and have 3 kids now.
Wow.
He did not stop because he knew what he wanted. Now, I'm not saying that it's some magic formula that's going to force people to do what you want, but persistence wins. You want proof? Again, I'll go right back to a child. Children learn how to quit. Children are born spontaneous and fearless. Mm-hmm. Everything else, we fuck up as adults to our kids. Oh, no, don't. And most people think their name is Don't Aaron. Don't Trevor. Right? Like it's not Trevor or Aaron. So you have this learned fear, now you have this learned helplessness, and now you justify it because you learn as you get older, in order to get along, you have to go along. Mm-hmm. Why? And now social media says if you're not perfect, if you don't fit this box, if you don't have like the dopamine addicts go, listen, I need my likes and follows. Fuck, Instagram shut down for like a day. People lost their shit.
Oh man. If people went to Facebook and like, oh my god, I'm losing my shit.
They like fucking lost their mind. They're posting on the internet. They're doing all kinds of stuff. I'm like, dude, it's just the internet. What would you do if a giant EMP covered the whole world? Yeah. And all electronics were gone? I love what he said. 3 days. Yeah. We'd be primal animal, hating each other, trying to survive. And I get it because people's decision-making muscles are broken. Mm-hmm. They're soft. They're weak. Like Jason Capital said, you have to train your don't give a fuck muscle until it's jacked. And then it doesn't matter. If you want to create that business, you don't stop until it's where you want. Right. Like Brian said yesterday, wherever you want it to be. What's your 3-year plan? You want a 10 million? Okay. Mm-hmm. What are the steps you got to take to get there? Right. You want to marry this girl? What are the steps you need to do to get there? She doesn't know you exist right now. Okay. First thing you got to do, fucking get in her face. Right. I don't mean like be some weird stalker. Send her a message. Yeah. Find out what she likes. Send her one of those. If she likes shotguns, send her one. If she likes flowers, send her some. Whatever the fuck it is. Get to know that person. You know, you want to have these kids? Well, you need to have a significant other to do it or start adopting. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You want to drive this car? You want to live in this house? You want to be friends with this person? They all started with nothing. Everything in your life began as one thing, a thought, which means thoughts are things, the end. I mean, you could literally stop there and people go, I don't know. Really? How'd you get here today? How'd I get that coffee? It's a thought. How'd I brush my teeth? It was a thought. Well, those are different though. No. Your perception of them there is no greater effort to getting that coffee as there is to marrying the girl of your dreams, to generating $100 million, to having the health you want. There's no greater energy in any of those decisions.
Mm-hmm.
You just think so.
What do you do when, okay, I've got this thought, I'm going to take action on it, but you start finding resistance, right?
Sure.
Because we've talked about this, right? But like, what are the steps like someone listening could do to like, how do I get from where I'm at now to surrounding myself with the people or getting in the right front of the people? Like, where? Like,
okay, so that's a great question. So you're getting resistance to getting towards the goal you want. So let's say it's a business, right? Because that's most people go, it's a business. I want to start this business, whether it's selling widgets or whatever it is you're going to do. The resistance you're going to get, first of all, are going to be from two groups of people every time. They're going to be from your closest friends and your closest groups of people, or the tightest group around you, and they're going to be from your family.
Yeah,
they're going to get your fucking way because they're comfortable. So when you start to, it's like crabs in a bucket, right? When you start to climb out a little bit, they're going to go, fuck that, come back down. So you have to, it's one of these. I love you. Mm-hmm. You're awesome. I appreciate your input so much. Thank you very much. I'm still going to go this way. People put too much value there. Yeah, but that's my mom. Yeah, but that's my wife. You don't love your wife any less.
Right.
But if they're going to get in your way, you have to take that as a very serious drawback to what's going on. Because if they don't support you, they're going to pull you down because you're going to buy into that. You can't swim with an anchor. I don't know how good you are. Mm-hmm. So in order to get around it, you have to be willing to cut the tie. And that's the thing people don't want to do.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to go, listen, Aaron, I love you, man, but you don't want, you're telling me not to do this, you're telling me not to do that. That's not helping me, man. So appreciate it.
Yeah. Fist
bump. All right, we'll check you later.
That's the hard conversation.
That's the real conversation. Yeah. And there's only two results to that. Yeah. Either they level up and go, you know what, I never knew. I didn't think about it that way. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. And they jump the fuck on board. Or they bail ship and they ghost you forever.
Right.
Those are the only two options there are. And the other thing is you got to stick to the promise to yourself. If you made the promise to yourself, how good's your word? Because that credibility to yourself.
Yeah.
If you start eroding your credibility to yourself by going, whether it's like, I'm going to do 50 burpees every day, and you went, I did 48 today, it was pretty good. Then the 48 were useless.
Right.
Those last two are the ones that mattered.
Because you didn't get the win.
You fucking didn't get the win. You didn't get the hit. You didn't get the endorphins, the dopamine. You didn't get that psychological, hit where you actually succeeded. Those wins, you need to stack those fucking wins. So when somebody's getting in your way and you're meeting that resistance, you want that. It means you're going the right direction.
Right.
If everybody's like, that's a great idea, you're not going the right way. You're not going the right way. You're not. You want the resistance because you know what? Like a pioneer is the guy running down the trail with his back full of arrows, forging a new trail.
Right.
Great. Okay. Just don't slow down. So that resistance tells you you're going the right direction. You're not met with resistance. You're not going the right way. When you get it, you meet it with all kinds of, I tell you meet it with love and you go, I got it. It's so great. I'm going to keep on going anyway. Doesn't mean I don't love you any less. It doesn't mean I don't like you. I can't do it your way because that doesn't fit my blueprint. Mm-hmm. My blueprint says this is what I want to do. And like I said, if it's ethical and it doesn't hurt anybody, you're going the right direction. Mm-hmm. Just be real, right? And like I said, they'll either jump on or they'll leave. Right. And if they leave, they were going to leave anyway. You want to test, you want the real litmus test of a friendship and a relationship? Fuck up. Fuck up so bad. I mean, burn it to the ground, see who stays. Because the people that stay when your world is on fire are the people that will ride and die with you. And if they bounce when it gets a little shaky, dude, they were leaving anyway.
Yeah.
They were going to check out. And I've been that guy. Listen, I've been on the other side where things got rattled, fucking bounced.
Yeah.
What a shitty thing. I feel like a turd for doing that. At the time, I look back and go, what the fuck was I thinking? But now, if I make a promise, you better stand strong to your fucking word. You better step up for your word. So you meet resistance, go in the mirror, negotiate with your boss, and say, I made a promise. I love him, her, or them. That still doesn't dissuade me from going this direction.
Yeah.
That's taking it personal. So you got it. You need to push back on the resistance, and you don't act like a runner, or a quarterback or a tight end. Doesn't matter. You just find where you need to go, and you keep going. Everybody quits. I met with resistance. I quit. That's the problem. Now you just trained yourself to quit. I got too hard. I quit. What else are you gonna quit on? That credibility bleeds into all of your life.
Well, it's kind of like I've already missed 5 workouts. May as well miss another one.
Exactly.
I've already not lived up to my...
The justification starts, the rationalization starts, the story starts.
Everything.
Yeah, so you have to ask yourself, what's your story? Yeah. Everybody's got a story that's either pulling them towards something or pushing them away. And you go to the story and you go, what is the end result of this story? You go, what's my rocking chair test of this story? When I'm 70 and I'm on my porch and I'm on my rocking chair and I look back at that decision, if I would have made that decision this way, right now at 70 years old, 80 years old, would I be happy? Would I like what I'm doing? Would I be where I want to be? If the answer is yes to those 3 questions, then you need to make that decision. If you go, no, my life would be a fucking shambles, then you need to not make that decision.
Right.
That's the best way to look at it. It's just future project yourself. And if that's the direction you want to go, what are you doing? Yeah.
One of my my goals for when I'm 70 or 75 is to be able to cut my own toenails. Right? But there's a lot...
Because that's a long way down.
It's a long way down.
You're 70 years and you're like 6'9", so...
Right. But it's like, but that leads to, because I've seen so many people, so many patients, 40, 50 years old, they can barely get on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Barely touch their toes. But it's like, okay, I can take you so far. But for me, for my goal, it's like, what does that mean I got to do? That means I got to be doing yoga, doing mobility. I got to be getting on the ground every day.
Take care of the machine.
Taking care of everything.
Yeah.
And it's, so I think that, to me, I was like, oh, that's just a simple thing. But there's so many people I've seen personally in my practice who are nowhere near close to that. And it's
most
sad.
of anyone I interact with is not at that level.
Yeah, and it's crazy. So what are some of the things that you're doing on a daily basis, or like where do you want to be? You just mentioned this, 70. Like, where do you want to be when you're 70, 75? And what are you doing every day to get there?
So I like that question. So let's go 75. So 75, 46, so we're 29 years out. And actually, I turned 46.
Yeah, I'm 46.
I turned 47 in like 2 months.
Oh, really? I just had my birthday December 1st. Yeah.
Son of a bitch. It felt good because yesterday when I was at CrossFit, this girl, Vanessa, over at Chino Hills, I said something about not being bad for 46, and she goes, shut the front door.
Right.
She goes, there's no way you're 46. I go, yeah. She goes, that's awesome. And in my head, I think, thanks, but I think this is normal.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's not normal is to be all fucked up and broken at 40 years old.
Right.
I just don't believe in that. And I don't care what you have to do to be healthy. So I think at 75, I want to still be able to run. I will be able to run, jump, play, and probably come close to whooping my kid's ass.
Mm-hmm.
That's number 1. And number 2 is, so there's 3 aspects in life, just to let you know. There's health, wealth, and relationships.
Yep.
That's it. Don't let people overcomplicate. Those are the only 3 fucking things. And there are 3 deficiency needs, which means when you have health, you have wealth, and you have the relationship, you don't think about any of them.
Mm-hmm.
When any one of those is missing, you obsess about it so much that you stay awake at night in sweats, freaking out, staring at the ceiling. Right? You're missing your health, you obsess about it. You're missing your wealth, you think about the dollars and you're going to have none. You fuck up the relationship and all you do is think about that. So you need to just plan that. So that's where I go. I want to have the health that I have right now and better. I want to be bigger, better, stronger, faster. There's a certain income I want to have. I want the income, the plane, the car, the house. Why? Not because of the shit that I have, but because when I'm 75, I want to be able to give it all the fuck away and watch people's faces light up and know that I could really sit back and just do it again right now at 75 years old.
That's awesome.
That's number 2. And number 3 is I want to have the relationship in my life where I spend every single day beside my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And the bonus of that best friend is that they're also my wife, my business partner, my life coach, my confidant, all of that. That is, and when people go, you mean you never fight? No, if you don't fight in a relationship, if you don't argue at all, ever, then one of you isn't needed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fact. If you're arguing every 3 days, you got a fucking problem. Now, if that's been your history, you have a real problem. But that's what I want. And I actually made a comment to one of my other friends on a podcast. I said, they're like, so define that relationship. I said, at 100 years old, I want to have the freakiest sex on earth in my front yard. Where all my neighbors are like, look at those two old people. That's nasty. Good. Do you know why? Because that comes right back to going, I have the health to do it.
Right.
I have the wealth to do it because I still own a house with a front yard at 100 years old. And I have the girl.
Yep.
Do you know? And I think that's important. So my life is as simple as I can make it. And those are my 3 things.
That's really awesome.
You know, like I want to be at that stage. And I will be. That's not an issue because I've lived in my car. I've had the millions and I've had nothing. You know, I've drank it. I've smoked it. I've chewed it. You know, I've fucked up so many times. I've burned bridges down so bad that it cost me so bad. I've made some insanely ridiculous decisions. And every one of those I check off and go, don't do it again. Don't do it again. What was my takeaway? Too many people look at it and go, it's never going to be the same. Says who? You. Mm-hmm. So I go, make a new decision. If you don't like where you are, you do not change. You will never get someone to change their mind. Ever. You will get them to make a new decision. That applies to you too. So I just keep making new decisions. Right? It didn't work. Make a new decision. You know, course correct. Make a new decision. That's what gets you there. So the steps I'm taking to get there, number 1 is I'm always brutally honest with myself and everybody else. Whether it's good, bad, or otherwise, it's a neutral statement. It's just the truth. And I'm Project 365, right? Mm-hmm. I work out every day. And when people go, that's overtraining, that's invented by a writer. Right. Because 500,000 years ago, if you didn't train every day, if you were in a squat behind a fucking bush waiting for a marmoset to run by or whatever it is you're chasing, you're not eating.
Right. You're also not going 90% every day.
No.
Probably. You're doing different
I work
things.
out, but when I work out, like I'm training, you know, like I still train, like I was talking to Steve. I still train like a fucking Marine every day. Number 1, because I can.
Right.
And number 2, I am going to prove I can train every day at this level, sustainable, with any kind of fucking adversity that gets thrown at me, whether I'm on no sleep or all the sleep I need.
Yeah.
And then number 3 is I'm setting everything in place and actually executing on anything I need to do to make the level of income I want and more, and then setting up all the steps is the part people miss of what I'm going to do with it.
Right.
What's your why to get the money? Mm-hmm. Because you don't make $1 million for the money. You make it for what it makes of you, or you earn it because of what it makes of you as a person. What did it take to get there? Because making $1 million is a lot harder than making 10 million. I've done both. And $1 million was way fucking more work. You know, 10 million, it's just a mindset shift to go from 1 to 10. It really was. That's all it was. But from go to 0 to 1, holy shit. I couldn't wrap my head around it. You go from a guy that was making $20,000 a year, struggling, scraping, trying to keep his nose above water, you know, every paycheck getting money and it's gone the second you pay your lease for your apartment. Mm-hmm. You know, living in a 1991 Acura Legend because I got kicked out of my place, stealing groceries from Rayleigh's and sneaking into a 24-hour fitness, taking a shower when the front staff wasn't there.
Right.
You know, I'd sleep with a screwdriver in my hand in a school parking lot because my driver's side window would only go up halfway, and I was worried about somebody jacking me in my car, so I could stick them with a screwdriver. But I didn't have a knife. I didn't have any money. Like, you know, so all that stuff I look at and go, it brought me to where I am. Because people go, if you could go back in time and change it, would you? No.
Yeah.
I might make a few different decisions, but I wouldn't change it.
Right. Because
it brought me to here. And if here is going to bring me further, I'm in. If here is me wallowing in self-pity and regret, dude, you're missing the point. So as far as getting to 75, put in the grind time. The grind time is just work. It doesn't matter if it's 10 years or 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. But it has to be real. Do I want the relationship? More than life itself. Do I want it with a certain girl? More than life itself. Do I want the money? A certain amount? More than you can imagine. It's not going to make me or break me, but I'm more than you can imagine. Do I want the health? More than anything. Top of the fucking food chain.
Right.
Because that allows me to do everything else. Like you said, if you can do this machine 24/7, 365, you can do anything. And I know people like Nick Masanasaza, right? Uh-huh. The guy, if anyone says they can't fucking do anything, just go and watch his videos. The guy, number one, has a knockout beautiful woman. Number two, he's all tatted up. He's a good-looking guy. He's a stud. His energy is through the fucking roof. The guy gets on stage with Tony Robbins and all these people. Oh, that's right. And he has one arm with a fucking flipper on it and a little nub and no legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got something to complain about. Give me a fucking break. That guy's a stud. That guy's literally one of my heroes. Because I look at that guy and I go, if you think you can't do anything, give me a break, man. That guy could literally roll over and go, fuck it, life did me dirty. Mm-hmm. No, what he did is went, oh yeah? I'm going to show you how good I'm going to make this. Right. So when somebody goes, I have all my faculties and wits about me, I have all this, I'm breathing, I woke up today, I had good breakfast, yeah, I'm not making the money I want to make, it's a little bit rough. Are you high?
Right, stop complaining.
Dude, change. It goes right back to what I said. Make a new decision then.
Right.
Get uncomfortable with where you're at. I'm never, ever content where I'm at. I'm always happy. But I'm never content.
Yeah. Too many people are a little too comfortable sometimes.
Well, that's what it is.
They're comfortable, and there's some people that are really comfortable, and they don't want it. They don't change doesn't matter. Yeah. And then some people are so uncomfortable, they're like just comfort in the discomfort.
Yeah.
It's like their identity. Like,
you're right.
I'm fucked up.
Well, and that you're right. Their disease is their identity. Their malady, their problem is their identity. And then people grab onto that and go, yeah. Hey, I'm Trevor. Did I tell you? I went through cancer and I have this really bad. I went. Shut up, man. All right, is that right now? Is it affecting you right this second? No. And if it is, still step up your game. Yeah. They told me I was going to fucking die. So, so you have to decide to make that new decision and then just go all in on it. One of my buddies, Ed, he's a real estate guy. He's worth so much money and so successful. He came from nothing. And I always love that, like a real underdog story. And he goes, here's how, because I go, how do you make it in real estate? How many people aren't making it? Because what's their mistake? He goes, oh, they're making bad decisions. They're not going all in. He goes, you have to be willing to go broke and bleed for what you want. And he goes, and then literally look at your bank account and go, holy fuck, there's $17 in my bank account. I just sank everything into this apartment or this house.
Right. To
flip it, to market it, to fill it with tenants, whatever it is. Holy shit, and I have a bag of potatoes in the fridge. That's all I got. That will get you to take action.
Yeah.
If you go, I still got $100K in the bank. I got my job kicking me 80 grand a year, 100 grand a year. And I threw like 50 grand into this investment. You got no skin in the game, man.
Right.
You got to be willing to go, but you need to be that way with your health too. Like I loved what Wes said. I'm going to die. I just did 120 burpees. I swear to God, I'm going to die. Good. Give me 20 more. Mm-hmm. First of all, you're not going to die. You're not going to die. I'm sure right now the weakest form of every argument is arguing in the extreme. So there's somebody that's going to watch this that's going to be like, well, there was this case study in 1997 where this guy, fucking give me a break. You don't die doing burpees or working out. Right. And if you do, it was going to happen anyway. So you're either going to get hit by a fucking blimp. Like something's going to happen. It's going to be stupid. But you need to do that in your relationship. Be willing to go all in and be vulnerable. That's a weakness most people have is they're like, I'm not going to be vulnerable. I'm not going to be open. And I know because it cost me, be open and vulnerable. Mm-hmm. Your health. People, that's a weakness that I've had when I was really young. I didn't want to go all in, so it would start to hurt, start to get uncomfortable. I don't want to train so hard. Yeah. Now I don't know how to not train hard. I mean, these calluses from training, working out's from training. Being able to touch my toes and clip my own toenails is from training.
Right.
And business, you put time in, you have to be willing to put it all on the table. Like if you go to Vegas, you know why Vegas is so rich? Because nobody fucking bets the fucking bank. They go in and they put $100 down. Mm-hmm. If everybody right now in Vegas went all in with everything they got, they'd break the bank.
Yeah.
They would break Vegas. Vegas would be like, oh fuck, we're screwed, and the mafia would come and probably kill everybody. But it's like that would happen. But nobody's willing to go all in. And the people that are willing to go in are you, me, Bedros, Craig, Wes, Brian. All our friends, everybody in that mastermind, all of our circle of friends, and every single fucking person watching who should be hanging right now, those are the ones that are going to break the bank and come out ahead.
Yeah, that's awesome. We got to wrap it up.
Yeah,
we're about out of time, and we're going to get the rooms taken. So, dude, Trevor, if someone wants to get in touch with you, follow you, find out more information about you, where do they find you online?
So, Smashworks, WERX. That's my handle on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. You can email me, say, listen, hey, Trevor. Go Trevor at smashworks.com. You put hey, my man, Smashworks, I own the whole thing, so you can do whatever you want. Send me a message, hit me up on social media. Anything at smashworks.com will get to me. FitX365, that's another one. You can get in touch with me there. Pick up a phone, call me, whatever. I answer calls. I help people as much as I can. You want me to coach you? You want me to do anything? Call my team.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for being here. This is the CashPT Lunch Hour. Screenshot if you got anything out of this, screenshot it and share it on Instagram. Tag us and tell your friend, your brother, your sister, and your mother.
Yeah, everyone.
They got to go all in. All right,
it's the answer. All right, peace out. Check you guys out.
See you on the next time.